Hi, I'm Richard, son of Richard, son of Richard. I'm here to tell you a little bit of my own story, my own journey through faith. I was born and raised Catholic. My mom is a convert. My dad, born and raised Catholic too. Same thing as my grandfather. I'm from St. Gregory's Parish in Newbury, and I guess we can start off with me as a kid through a parish. We're walking through the hallway and stuff. My mom, my dad, and my little brother and sister, and we're going through the hallways and stuff, and next thing you know, we come across a poster with all the seminarians' faces on there, and I was just kind of like wondering, who are these guys? It was my dad who said, those are guys that are going to be priests soon. And I was like, oh, that's cool and stuff. But my dad was like, who knows? Maybe you'll be on there someday. I was like, maybe, yeah. I actually took that into consideration as a young kid. Jump a little ahead to like middle school years and stuff, and it's just like I was just like living the time of my life. Had a good football team, was pretty successful at that, had a awesome girlfriend too and everything, had good grades and everything. Like I was living it. It kind of set me down a path of just kind of like more so like embracing the self than giving thanks or being loving to others. It's like I wanted to set my own rules and stuff. I said, I want to do whatever I want, whenever I want. I don't know, it's some way hardened my heart, kind of like ice. I knew right there and then, like, it was kind of the wrong thing to do, but like I just kept going with it anyway, because that seems like that's what everybody else was doing right there. And if not for my family members, people that loved me so much, I don't think I would ever have came back. I was just like, okay, there's something that needs to be fixed about this too. I came back to confession since like a very long time. Just going there and just confessing everything that's happened, of me embracing that selfishness. And then I just received nothing but the Father's love for me, saying like, hey, it's gonna be okay, stick with me and stuff. I just looked at the tabernacle and I was just like thinking to myself, okay, who are you really though? I soon come to realize who he was later. The more that I said and the more that I did, the more that I became willing to seek holiness. Later I would figure out that they would have adoration. I was like, okay, there's Jesus. Just praying over the Eucharist for the first time, I was just like thinking like, wow, what peace have I found with this? I just fell in love with that. I was like, wow, this is so great. It's like I want to know more. I want to grow in my faith and understanding of what does God want for me and what does God want for everybody else. Like, teach me how to love, Lord. And so I would just continuously go on and on with adoration and then confession and stuff like that, because I knew that I needed to keep reassuring myself of the Father's love for me. And so that desire for the priestly vocation kind of grew in me a little bit more, and I was just like, okay, didn't know how to express it at the time. I was a little afraid to, because I felt kind of alone. And so like throughout my middle school years, I was just kind of like thinking about the priesthood, and this is like, it kind of grew on me more. And like my mom, my dad, and my sister, they all suggested that to me. It helped me to be a little bit more open about it. And then some other people came up to me and they said like, I could see you being a priest. It's like, really? It's like, maybe, I don't know. But yeah, I kind of set that aside for a little bit. It's like I just had that desire to grow in authenticity. Just kind of like growing in that personal relationship with God. Towards high school years, I continued that path of growing in authenticity. And then the more that I said and the more that I do, the more that the priestly vocation kind of grew. I was like, okay, I feel a little bit more comfortable just kind of like expressing that to other people throughout my high school. And some people are like, oh yeah, cool. Glad that you're doing that. I had some people that criticized me too because of the crimes that some priests have committed. They just called me all sorts of names and stuff like that. Just kind of made fun of me and everything. And they just, not only just because of what's happened right there, but also just with Catholicism in general. They say like, you really are Catholic because still, even when this has all happened, you really believe in God, even when all this like death and destruction or whatever, all these bad things that happen, you're still Catholic? Yeah, I'm still Catholic. I'm not Catholic because of what this guy did or what this guy did and stuff like that. I'm Catholic because of Jesus Christ. And it was Jesus Christ that gave us the church. I had people sometimes come up and say, I straight up hate your faith and stuff or whatever. And it's like, what do you want me to say? I hate you too? No, no, I love you. And yeah, it's gonna be a constant battle and stuff. You're gonna have new challenges and stuff every now and then, and that's life there in general. And then coming into my junior year of high school, it's like everybody's all trying to figure out what they want to do with their life and stuff. It's like, yeah, for the longest time, like, that priesthood thing was still lingering in me and stuff. I was at a Steubenville conference at one time, and, they were asking all the guys to come down who have been considering the priesthood for the longest time. It's like, I was kind of like dragging my feet a little bit on that. I was like, I don't know. Listening to that guy and then actually looking down. I didn't see him down there. I saw God. It was almost like he's saying, come down. So I was like, okay, so I'm coming down, kind of dragging my feet. I'm a little nervous on this. That was that moment where I started getting into that application process. And then towards my junior year, I'm still kind of like figuring out like what I wanted to do and stuff. And like, I almost joined the Marine Corps. I was like, yeah, I think this is where God wants me and everything. I didn't really pray about that though. It was kind of like almost like running towards something with your head down without looking. And so I had to turn down the Marine Corps because of that. And so I kept going through the seminary application process. It took me almost half a year to actually fill the whole darn thing out. It's like dragging my feet some more kind of deal. And finally, like, I did that. I sent the application, then had a meeting with the bishop, and then, I got welcomed into the seminary. And it's like, wow, okay. Realizing that this is where God wants me right now, is to be a seminarian. I guess in conclusion, basically what I gotta say to that is, freedom isn't the ability to do whatever you want, whenever you want. It's the ability to do what's right, noble, and true. The more that I thought about God, the more I talked about God, the more that I kept my heart open to God. And you can't really do that unless you have that simplicity of the heart. The devil's gonna like throw all this confusion at you and stuff like that. He wants you to be confused and everything. He wants you to just feel lost and everything. Just keep the simplicity of the heart. Because when you keep simplicity of the heart, you're taking those baby steps. You're leaving more room for Jesus, more room to trust him, to be patient with him, and more room to love him. Yeah, and so here I am now on Totus Tuus. Now just help spread the gospel to you guys. Yeah. So I thank you all for watching, and I hope you have a good day. And God bless you. I'll be praying for you.